Please be welcome to this presentation about Milan, Indiana. I'm your host, Juan Vicente Santamaria, a Spanish geographer. And in the series of videos about Indiana, this is the English version of Geography of Milan, Indiana. So, welcome to Milan, welcome to Indiana, welcome home. Milan, Indiana, a small town of less than 2,000 people in southern Indiana, in Ripley County. Here is a map of Ripley County in southeast Indiana, near the border with Ohio and the Ohio River. Ripley County is part of the so-called Dearborn Uplands, a region of plateaus about 300 meters above the sea level, formed by thick layers of limestone, only broken by rivers and streams that cut these plateaus with narrow valleys, several meters deep, as do the Lowry Creek, a tributary of the Ohio River that cuts Ripley County in two parts. West of the Lowry River, we have a plateau extending west to the Muscatato Valley. East of the Lowry River, there is the last plateau, in which we have Milan, Mures Hill, and Dillsboro, the last plateau before heading to slopes and narrow valleys leading to the Ohio River Valley in the Aurora and Lawrenceburg area. The railroads brought development and commerce to Ripley County and southern Indiana. The Ohio and Mississippi Railroad, since 1854, linked Cincinnati and St. Louis. This railroad is the reason why Milan has today this urban structure. Milan was settled in the 1830s, 1.5 miles to the north, in a place today named as Old Milan. Today, as you can see in this image, is only a bunch of homes and a water tower besides Road 101. In 1854, it was decided to move the village south to the rail line. The area south of the depot, around Carr Street and Main Street, was the heart of the small town of Milan during the last century. The railroad provided commerce and transportation, passengers, goods. There were hotels and industries like the former Milan Furniture Manufacturing Company. Business along Main and Carr streets. The railroad also allowed the people of Milan to ship goods and travel easily to the nearest big city, Cincinnati, only 40 miles to the east in the state of Ohio. In the 50s, Milan was a small town of 1,000 people when the Milan Miracle took place in Indianapolis in 1954, the state finals of high school basketball. As is known, the Milan Indians astonishingly came to the final and defeated the mighty Mansi Central. This great victory placed forever Milan in the map. In the 60s, suburbanization, the era of interstates and better roads, the construction of bypass roads, and the crisis of the railroads with the abandon of the passenger services has left an impression in the urban geography of Milan. This is a simple map of the city of Milan today. In the 50s, the core area was south of the railroad. This was downtown Milan. But the depot disappeared, and the downtown area is today only remained by a bunch of official buildings: the post office, the town hall, the Milan 54 Hussies Museum in Core Street, and several churches and business along South Main Street. This former core area of Milan is today a quiet and calm residential area, some blocks to the west from South Main Street and the former Road 101. Only the road to Versailles, the county seat, Ellis Street or Versailles Pike to the west, with some residential developments before the farms and cornfields, dot the landscape. The railroad today is an urban obstacle between the south and the north side of Milan, along Main Street, and the residential area to the west, Ripley Street. Today, the rail line, the former Ohio and Mississippi, and Baltimore and Ohio, is still in use, but only as a freight line. Today, Milan is bypassed by the two main roads that once crossed in the heart of downtown Milan. State Road 101, that runs south-north, is bypassed to the east, parallel to Main Street, as Warpath Drive. State 350 runs east-west way up to the north of Milan. But this fact has affected the urban structure of Milan, as the businesses has moved way north to the area of the intersection between these two bypasses. The area north of Warpath Drive is full of commerce and services, with gas stations, restaurants, banks, two major retail establishments, Dollar General, Family Dollar, the school campus with middle and high school, and in the last decades, even the bypass of the 350 road is not the limit of Milan to the north, has been surpassed with new residential developments and services as the American Legion, the veterans of the US Army, and the new addition, the Public Library, in 2010. Ironically, Milan today is heading north to the old Milan, his mother village. In downtown Milan, we have this museum in Car Street, the Milan 54 Hussiers Museum, that is devoted to remember the great victory of the Milan Indians in 1954 in the state basketball championship. This great victory, as we have mentioned earlier, inspired many books and even a film, Hussiers. The area outside Milan is mainly flat. Ripley County is located in what is called the Dearborn Uplands, a series of plateaus of about 300 meters above the sea level, only broken by rivers and streams. Here you can see a satellite images from the Milan area, the central part of Ripley County. As you can see, the area around Milan is farmland, but in the middle we have an area with dark color. This dark color means trees, forest. It's the Lower Creek Valley, an area in which this river runs deep. The slopes are not suitable for agriculture, so it's left to the forest. Here is the explanation. In this central area, we have a densely forested area, part of which is preserved as the Versailles State Park, right at the gates of the city of Versailles, the county seat. To the east, we have the Milan Plateau. As you can see, are farmlands of the core belt, with some areas covered by trees. To the left, we have another plateau, the Osgood Plateau, limited to the west to the upper valley of the Muscatatuk River. This central area has created difficulties to the communications. The railroads, had to cross this valley. The route US 50 runs south from Dillsborough to Versailles to Vernon and crosses this wooded area. Also, in the north part of the images, the Indiana Road 350 also crosses this wooded area between Milan and Osgood. And of course, the railroad in the early 20th century, the Baltimore and Ohio traced a more direct route between Milan and Oswald, and has to build a huge viaduct, the High Bridge, to cross the Lower Creek. And this is the end of this presentation about geography of Milan, Indiana. Please don't miss this following video, a pictorial portrait of Ripley County, Indiana. Check out the channel for more videos on Indiana and Portugal and more cities. Thanks for watching and till the next video.